That was so nice. Oh my god, I was so dirty. I needed a shower so badly. Welcome back to another week of adventuring with Angie. Last week I recommitted to my new movement practice, surprised myself with a date in the woods, and enjoyed many days in the sun with friends. This week we're diving into some incredible experiences that have reminded me of the power of embracing adventure, going with the flow, and showing up as the version of myself I envision. Come with me as I off-road in my area, explore new waters, and find myself on a California road trip for the books. Let's get right into it. After almost catching the full sunrise on last week's kayaking trip, I really wanted to push myself to get up in time for the next one. Good morning. Oliver stayed another night and to no one's surprise, agreed to join me. I was gonna say only one here, but someone just rolled in. Can't wait till the sun comes up to show you this. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning. Like, I love when Oliver's up here because they always want to be on the water and I always want to be on my kayak. It's beautiful out here.
It really is. That was a big fish. I'm going over there.
Oliver, Bear, and Mercedes all packed up their things and headed out around noon, leaving just me, Christina, and Munya to hang. I really like the vibe with the three of us, and I love how independent everyone is. While Chris and Munya decided to relax for a bit, Oval came by and we went down to the river. Refreshing. Good afternoon. I believe it's Monday still. This day has felt so long because I woke up at 4:30, but I am at the river now after a much needed rest and food and water. And this spot is incredible. I hiked upstream today, which I've never done. Oh, I see him. Mm-hmm. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's trash day. And it's early. And everyone's asleep. So I'm gonna gather trash. Even though I had a long day yesterday, I woke up early Tuesday ready to get moving and started with trash before anyone was awake. I'm noticing how my energy is coming back to me and this feeling of being awake, of being alive. I'm reminded how the last couple of years really slipped away beyond my control as I detached from my own reality. I lost myself in a whirlwind of a relationship until I couldn't recognize who I was. I had so many friends over, this trash is like gnarly. This week specifically, I feel myself waking with so much excitement to move and get going that even doing a chore like my trash can feel exciting. Okay, so trash is done. Staying true to my commitments, I took myself on a short jog around the neighborhood, and when I returned, Munya and Chris were up and ready for an adventure. I'm feeling spoiled with these two because they're so much fun and down for whatever. Not all of my friends are adventure seekers, and when I have so many up here in a row that sort of shy away from the outdoors, it can be a little taxing on me. I would love to. Always. I moved out here to be outside, to move my body, to push myself, and to ground in nature.
Notes from the crew. We're live on production set today. We've got nice shaded weather to pick up some colors. Our subject, Angie, looking hot as always.
Looking great as always. Star of the show. And we're out here, traversing the landscape.
I didn't move out here to drink cocktails in town, watch TV, or try one of the 5 restaurants here. No shade to any of that. I've just already done it in the city, and I want something else for my time now. Having these two here has felt like the perfect balance of adventure and leisure, and every time we venture out, it's a good time, today included. We spent hours hiking around the river, swimming in the deep pools, and just let the day slip away. Today is a full moon, and I can say with certainty I've been feeling the energy. I feel like the entire week has been so rich already that it couldn't possibly get any better. But then a new day comes, and with it are new adventures. I woke up today ready to explore some new lakes in the area, and Chris and Munya encouraged the exploration. Playing tourists today, so we're driving to these beautiful lakes off Highway 20 and just stopped at this gorgeous little overlook. Oh my gosh. How did I get into my life of adventure?
Yes.
Okay.
Doozy adventure.
Well, it all started when I was a wee child. First up was Fuller Lake, a lower alpine lake that's supposed to be good for fishing. Do you see this? It's already gonna. I gasped.
It's really cold.
I just want to say that I'm being dared into this.
Oh, she did that so gracefully.
The road continues for another 10 or so miles, so we hopped back in the car and kept on driving. We found this beautiful creek. Sort of.
A babbling brook.
A babbling brook. We made stops at everything scenic.
Hi, beautiful butterflies.
And while we wanted to get all the way to Bowman Lake, we did still have movie tickets to Barbie tonight. And knowing it was almost 5 p.m. and we were hours away, we decided to turn around.
Let's go. Woo! Thank you.
Good morning. I'm going on a 3-day camping trip today. I leave today. My camp gear is all over the garage and in the house, and I'm about to go and clean out my car so I can get my bed in there and my fridge and start building up this baby so I can make this drive. I'm planning on driving to Bakersfield today and meeting up with Gina around 7:30 p.m. We're sharing a small room in an Airbnb before driving to Big Bear on Friday morning so we could show up to the festival together. I've never taken a trip with Gina, but we both love overlanding and getting outside, so I've been really excited for this. At the same time, I'm preparing myself now for potential changes in the trip and creating space should that need to happen. Not because I think Gina is a flake, but because I know this is a big trip for her. Back in March, just 5 months ago, Gina went on a solo overland trip to Death Valley. On the very first day of her trip, she rolled her newly built Isuzu Trooper off a cliff and had to be airlifted to Vegas. She made it out uninjured for the most part. But between the jolt of the accident, her dog fleeing the totaled car, and the medical evac, something like this doesn't just disappear. Since the accident, she's been pretty vocal about getting back outside.
She made it.
Acquired a new rig that's already built out, and has been taking small trips with friends. But this trip specifically, heading south, is sure to tap the past as we'll be driving on some of the very roads that brought her to her fall. We made it to the festival and immediately got to setting up our camp. I pulled out my awning that I rarely find myself using and set up my tent to lounge in when I don't want to be in the car. We took a moment to walk around the grounds for a bit before returning to our camp. We checked out the common areas and tried to get a feel for the activities for the weekend, but also felt like the vibes were just a little off for us. Afternoon. It's been a super long day and we're pretty underwhelmed with the event. Festival is a strong word. It's like a campground. We're just staying at it. There's no agenda. It's just like choose your own adventure. There's nothing organized. I was really excited to like meet people. I thought maybe they were gonna do like, oh, we're gonna do a hike tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Meet here and we'll go together. And I'd be like, cool, let me meet some people. There are no common areas, so the only place to meet people is if you walk through the campground and like stop at their tent. There's also children. I didn't realize it was like a kid-friendly event, and so we might leave tomorrow morning.
we're leaving and we're going on an adventure of our own.
Yes.
We don't know where. We'll see what the night provides us. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're ready to go.
What a journey. So we're gonna head towards Bishop and then stop whenever we feel like we don't feel like driving. It's already 6:15. Bishop is 4 hours away. I'm just gonna sort of, keep driving and see where we end up, and enjoy like these sunset views that are about to happen. Rest stop so we can regroup and figure out what is going on for tonight. But this is why we love the desert. People are like, why do you love the desert? I'm like, have you seen a sunset in the desert? You would never ask me that question. You'd simply love it too. We honestly could have slept anywhere in this vast desert and settled on a spot a few miles down a dirt road. I see a fire pit.
It's over here, okay? We're basically here.
Yeah, I see a fire pit.
Oh,
Let's just do like right here.
okay.
Yeah. Gina let me know that this was her very first dispersed camp, and I felt so honored to take her on this adventure. As the sun came down, we quickly reset our camps and made some dinner to enjoy under the burgeoning stars. There was absolutely no one around us for miles, and the desolate wilderness seemed to be exactly what we both needed. Okay, I'm so tired. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I think I'm just gonna like put some tunes on and take a little nap. The most beautiful desert sunrise woke me up on Saturday as a beam of orange light tapped on my windows. Time didn't seem to matter as I watched the gold orb climb over the mountains and show itself to me. I felt asked to be here, like the sun's rays were inviting me to play, and so I answered. Strolling through the empty land, I felt entirely at peace. No matter where I take myself or how I think I'll want to unwind, nothing relaxes me like nature. It's like a total body reset for my nervous system, and to feel that way after sleeping on a random road in the middle of nowhere says a lot. Oh, good morning. It's time for a camp shower. I'm dirty out here. Before Gina woke, I gathered my shower things and used the time to cleanse myself in the new day's glow. That was so nice. Oh my god, I was so dirty I needed a shower so badly. Just one night, but Big Bear was so dusty. Gina stirred just as the heat started to climb, and we decided to pack up camp and get ourselves to some water. There's a lake about 3 hours north that Gina has mentioned a handful of times, and since we have never made it there, we decided to just go for it today. We drove through Bishop and right up the 385 until getting to the Inyo National Forest to find June Lake. Even though we arrived midday, we were able to find a quiet little spot off to the side and enjoy the beauty of this area. And being blinded by the sun. But it is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Unclear of our future plans, Gina expressed interest in heading home versus camping another night, and I could completely understand how she was feeling. Around 4 p.m., we agreed to part ways, me heading northwest and Gina back to the bay. Even with it ending sooner, I'm so glad we got to enjoy all that we did in such a short time and hope that we can plan another trip together soon. As for me, I completely fell in love with this road on my drive home. I've always heard about the beauty of the Eastern Sierras, but I haven't found myself over here until now. I can't lie, I was very tempted to spend the night alone out in the woods, but as it was already getting late and I hadn't told anyone my plans had changed after the lake, I knew it was safest to just go home. Within a few hours, we both made it back safely, and I enjoyed a chill night at the house with friends. Good morning. Oh, I'm back from the woods, and I was like, let me go for a run. I gotta just live. I spent some time in the garden where the blackberries are in full bloom. Picking some for the house, I couldn't help but eat the sweet and juicy berries directly from the tree. And while I haven't started my own garden, eating the food from the land reminded me of the potential I have here to really sustain myself. I spent the rest of the day unwinding at the house and around sunset decided to take a drive. Munya and I found a little viewing area on what was maybe someone's private land, but we enjoyed the sunset for a few moments before taking ourselves back home. Thank you for joining me on another week of adventures. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel to stay connected to my stories. Next week, come with me as I explore new sections of the river, start construction on a new housing build, and check out a country concert in Reno. I'll see you next week. Bye.